Fashion Trivia Speed Round 4. Track how many questions you can get right. Question: what is the name of Nike's techwear-inspired sublabel, often linked to streetwear? The answer is ACG, All Conditions Gear. Fun fact: Nike. ACG focuses on outdoor and urban performance wear. Question: who was the first black model to appear on the cover of French Vogue in 1988? The answer is Naomi Campbell. Fun fact: Naomi Campbell became one of the original supermodels of the 1990s. Question: which model was nicknamed the face of the 1960s? The answer is Twiggy. Fun fact: Twiggy became famous for her thin frame and iconic short haircut. Question: which German supermodel is known as the Body? The answer is Heidi Klum. Fun fact: Klum was a Victoria's Secret angel and later hosted Project Runway. Question: which model co-founded the skincare line Cora Organics? The answer is Miranda Kerr. Fun fact: Miranda Kerr was the first Australian Victoria's Secret angel. Question: which American model famously wore the Versace safety pin dress in 1994? The answer is Elizabeth Hurley. Fun fact: the dress catapulted both Hurley and Versace into global fame. Question: which Brazilian model became famous as a Victoria's Secret angel and married Tom Brady? The answer is Gisele Bündchen. Fun fact: Gisele was the highest paid model in the world for 14 years. Question: which model was the first transgender woman to appear in Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue? The answer is Valentina Sampaio. Fun fact: she appeared in the 2020 edition, Breaking Barriers in Fashion. Question: what is the term for a wide-brimmed hat often associated with Kentucky Derby fashion? The answer is fascinator. Fun fact: technically, fascinators are ornate headpieces, but the Derby is famous for elaborate hats and fascinators alike. Question: which model inspired the term heroin chic in the 1990s? The answer is Kate Moss. Fun fact: Kate Moss's waifish look contrasted with the curvy supermodels of the era. Question: which American model was dubbed Baby Woman by Karl Lagerfeld? The answer is Claudia Schiffer. Fun fact: she was compared to Brigitte Bardot and became a Chanel muse. Question: which supermodel famously declared, "We don't wake up for less than $10,000 a day"? The answer is Linda Evangelista. Fun fact: Evangelista was one of the most sought-after supermodels in the 1990s. Question: which French governing body officially designates fashion houses as haute couture? The answer is Chambre syndicale de la haute couture. Fun fact: only about 15 brands qualify each year as true haute couture houses. Question: which designer was known for the new look in haute couture after World War II? The answer is Christian Dior. Fun fact, Dior's new look featured cinched waists and full skirts in 1947. Question: which haute couture house is the oldest still in existence, founded in 1858? The answer is Worth. Fun fact, Charles Frederick Worth is considered the father of haute couture. Question: which designer said, haute couture should be fun, foolish, and almost unwearable? The answer is Christian Lacroix. Fun fact, Lacroix became known for his theatrical haute couture shows. Question: which Italian designer is credited with making ready-to-wear luxurious in the 1970s? The answer is Giorgio Armani. Fun fact, Armani blurred the lines between high fashion and everyday wear. Question: what distinguishes haute couture from ready-to-wear? The answer is custom-fitted, handmade garments. Fun fact, each haute couture piece can take hundreds of hours of craftsmanship. Question: which designer's haute couture collections are famous for origami-like folds? The answer is Issey Miyake. Fun fact, Miyake's pleats. Please line was also a revolution in fabric technology. Question: which designer said, fashion is not something that exists in dresses only. Fashion is in the sky? The answer is Coco Chanel. Fun fact, Chanel revolutionized women's fashion by emphasizing comfort and simplicity. Question: what is the term for giving old clothing new life through redesign? The answer is upcycling. Fun fact, upcycling reduces waste by creatively reusing materials. Question: which luxury brand launched a sneaker made from recycled ocean plastic with Parley for the Oceans? The answer is Adidas. Fun fact, the Adidas and Parley partnership has recycled millions of plastic bottles. Question: what does slow fashion emphasize over fast fashion? The answer is sustainability and quality. Fun fact, slow fashion focuses on timeless, durable pieces over rapid trends. Question: which British designer pioneered ethical fashion with her sustainable luxury brand? The answer is Stella McCartney. Fun fact, Stella McCartney refuses to use leather or fur in her designs. Question: what is the environmental issue most linked to fast fashion? The answer is textile waste. Fun fact, over 92 million tons of textile waste are generated yearly worldwide. Thanks for watching. Comment below to let us know how many questions you got right. If you like this video, tap like, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and share with friends. See you in the next video.